Welcome back to Gaijin Hideout. I'm Jeff. I am a streamer who loves Monster Hunter. I'm really excited for Wilds, and today we're going to be talking about 5 unexpected things that I learned from the Monster Hunter Wilds reviews that have been coming out all day since today. Basically, it's like 3 a.m. here. I've been going through reviews with chat. Everybody was watching reviews all day since they came out. Real quick, check me out at twitch.tv/Gaijin Hideout. That is where I stream. Come join me in chat. You can be alongside these other people in the chat that are definitely not being held here against their will. All right. So first unexpected thing. Basically, there's a lot of people saying this game is going to be easy, and I don't know if I believe them. Okay. And the reason is, like, I'll give you like a good example here. This example, I like to call this example the IGN switch up. So IGN had their review, and to put it in context, IGN had a final preview of Monster Hunter Wilds 3 weeks ago, done by a girl named Casey, and she did a very good job. You'll see, like, the top comment here is it says, I had to double check if this was IGN. She was making too much sense. You know, IGN give this lady a raise, fantastic review, but, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everyone really liked it. And she sounded like someone who actually plays the game. Like, she sounded like she had several hours in the game, but she wasn't necessarily very, like, amazing. She wasn't like a sweat or anything like that, but she was experiencing the game. She was enjoying it. She, like, was obsessed with the previous games, I mean. And then she was doing the same with this. She was taking that attitude into the preview, and everyone really liked it. Totally different guy has been assigned to do Monster Hunter Wilds review for IGN, like the final one. Top comment is now, where's the lady that knows this game? And basically, one of the things that he said that, like, kind of threw people off is he was like, I mean, first of all, he gave it an 8. Like, what are we doing? I don't believe it's an 8. There's no way. Like, that's low for him. Or that's low for, like, even like a reviewer score right now. But, like, the main complaint in the video was that it cut too much off. They streamlined away some of the difficulty, and he was saying, like, he saw the end credits in 15 hours, which he was surprising to him, which is like he was wanting more from that, which, to my understanding, that sounds like he did low rank. He just beat low rank and called it a day. I checked his review. He said he talked about, like, after the credits, but he was treating it like a campaign. But then at the same time, he was, this is like the first time where, like, Monster Hunter's having, like, a low rank that acts like a campaign. So it's, like, weird to treat it like that when you know that the rest of the game is where the game is, and it gets harder. But then, like, he was talking like he played Monster Hunter a lot, and so he's like, I'm expecting that, I was expecting it to be a lot harder, like Monster Hunter World. Well, when I played Monster Hunter World, I was brand new and I sucked, and I got my ass kicked by Monster Hunter World. Then I played Monster Hunter Rise, and I did markedly better. Some of that's probably because Monster Hunter Rise is a little bit easier. They have the village mode to, like, onboard you in. But at the same time, some of that was also because I got better as a gamer. And that was, like, an issue that I saw with, like, a certain kind of reviewer, is that a lot of these people that are doing reviews are really experienced, but at the game, and I don't know if they always factor that in when they're like, oh, the game, just so you know, the game might be easier. Maybe the better ones are like, well, I think I've gotten better at the game, so it could just be that. I'm not sure, but it feels easier. So people are saying the game's easier. I don't know if we can believe them, So it's kind of going to be up to, and there's no scientific way to determine that. I guess that's going to be something we're going to have to see on release. But that was, like, a surprise. Like, I didn't really expect some of that. So this was a very goofy review in general, but I wanted to use that as an example and talk about IGN's kind of weird review with that. But so that was my first unexpected thing that I saw from the reviews. Second unexpected thing, low rank sounds not boring. Like, not it sounds quite fun. It sounds quite lovely. It doesn't sound like like a tutorial that you kind of go through and they kind of hold back a bit, and then they, like, give you more of high rank. First of all, I think 15 hours for low rank is very long, I think, compared to Monster Hunter World. But people are describing it like a campaign from an action game. So like effectively, it sounds like you have this open or not open, seamless world, and you have the low rank stories unfolding, and they're basically taking you on a linear journey with characters to different places. You're camping. It's all open, so you could like cook whenever you want and explore. Some people mentioned they forgot to do that because they were so used to navigating menus, returning to camp, and that being how the story progressed. But this is like they're going on an adventure. They're going across the map that they've shown you. And that sounds nice. That sounds interesting. There's a story. People have like mixed reactions on, is the story good and engaging and moving, or is it melodramatic and just kind of there? But I think the most reasonable people we watched reviews for, like they all seemed to like quite enjoy it. They thought, the story parts, scripted parts, they didn't overstay their welcome, and it kind of tied it together. And so I thought, low rank in Monster Hunter World for me as a noob. Monster Hunter World was my first Monster Hunter game. In retrospect, low rank was a little boring, I think, right? Like a lot of the crazy stuff started to happen in high rank and endgame and stuff like that. And I think besides like Anjanath and maybe a little bit of Tobi Kadachi and what you get, like the one Elder Dragon, you get Kieran as an optional Elder Dragon. Like there's not a ton that's super memorable in low rank besides like the story. I guess you fight Nergigante in that Zora Magdaros mission from hell or whatever. So like, it was unique enough for me because it was my very first Monster Hunter, but like it really picked up for me in high rank, I think. So this one, it sounds like it's quite lovely, and it sounds like it's kind of a decent chunk of content too. So, without taking away from high rank. So low rank sounds really engaging and fun. I was surprised by that. Number three, third unexpected thing I'm hearing from the reviews. There's a lot of talk about performance issues, both like in terms of like how it's performing on people's hardware and also like how the game with bugs and things like that. But there's a lot of caveats that I've seen out there about there are like texture packs that are going to be released on day one. There are bugs that are or patches that are going to maybe be released on day one, and everybody is kind of like giving their feedback about technical issues for what seems like a version of the game that we may not even get access to. Like we may be getting access to a version of the game that comes with like a day one bug fix or day one patch and like a texture pack, that they didn't have access to. So the complaints about performance seem hard to, it's hard to tell how true they are. I'm sure I tend to believe this is going to be kind of a rough game on your hardware, but in terms of like, really bad bugs, things like this, it sounds like they've sent out like review copies that, for a game that's not done, and then the game's going to be mostly done when it launches. And this is just kind of a general complaint about like this structure, I think, is like we're kind of having, I'm effectively just a gamer that is starting out being a streamer. So like I'm saying we, but like, people like normal people that don't get like a review copy, we are effectively having to be the ones that do the reviews. I'm more interested in looking at the Steam reviews on day one, or like my own personal reaction when I play it, or my chat's combined reaction when I play it, because that is like the only reliable metric that we can go off of. Is it's launched, it's out, that's it, and then there's patches and stuff afterwards. But I saw a bunch of like, a lot of buzz around performance, but there's not any like substance that like we could actually rely on, because like there's going to be patches and there's going to be like day one texture packs and stuff like that. So it wasn't very helpful. So I wasn't expecting it to be so confusing, like coming out of the reviews like that. So that's something that I wanted to raise. Number 4, unexpected thing. There's no house. There's no way to display the endemic life for the game that you capture. So I was kind of bummed out about this. It's not like, what? 0 out of 10. This is the worst game ever. It's not really like that. But I was really looking forward to like HD, like collecting stuff, like just going off and not HD, but like really modern, big open game with like this vibrant endemic life, being able to capture it and show it in a house or a room, and like you could in World, and they don't have that at all. So that kind of sucks. But I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. And then number 5 is the last unexpected thing is that the end game grinding loop, I guess high rank onwards, sounds way better than maybe Monster Hunter World. So basically, a lot of different things kind of adding up here to it sounding better. Deco grinding sounds way easier, more reasonable. I heard that from a few, like a couple different reviews. Unlocking armored sets gives you layered armor. I heard that in Cowboy's review, I think. That's kind of cool, so it's not an extra loop just to grind all the layered armor. Still kind of encourages you to like check out every armored set, hunt every monster kind of a thing. And then stuff like tempered monsters and frenzied monsters are both back. It sounds like there's a lot there. Sounds like there's a lot of stuff to work with there, and it sounds like the general overall impression is that it's a lot more enjoyable, lot better, a lot less tedious, I guess is what I'm looking for there. So that's my 5 unexpected things that I've seen after reviewing all these different reviews and stuff like that. Let me know what you've heard from this deluge of reviews that stood out to you or caught you off guard. Are you more excited about Monster Hunter Wilds or less in light of all the reviews that have come out? Let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you enjoyed it. And check me out again over at twitch.tv/Gaijin Hideout. I'm going live once Monster Hunter Wilds is out, and I'm going to be streaming it like crazy. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.